Welcome back. Tonight we're going to create a layer with a point, line and polygon for fieldwork data. Once we've created this, we can use it in our collector for ArcGIS app in either our phone or on our iPad. Jake Lovejoy from Esri Australia has written up this lesson, and it's available on the school's website at Esri Australia. But I'm going to just walk you through it so for those visual learners, you're able to follow the steps. Right, we're going to go to content tonight, and this is where we're going to create our layers. So we're going to go create feature layer. This is a really good place to start, and if you don't want to do all the work, and there's some really good pre-formatted layers already, and I'd say the ESI is probably one of my favorites, particularly for fieldwork and geography. But we're going to build a layer tonight, and we're going to go to point, lines and polygons, and we're just going to scroll down and go create, and we're just going to call this amenities. This one we're going to call beach profile. And this one we're going to do an outline of the lagoon. So I'm just going to hit next. I'm going to try and run through this as quickly as possible. So I'm going to hold down the shift key and draw a square around my area of interest. And this is where you can get your school or your fieldwork site, and you can just highlight that. So the data that you collect will just pop into this area here, and it'll just load already. Now I'm going to call this 2021 field trip. Let's call it an SI. And you can add your tags. You might go beach profile. I'll just put that one in. But you can put all your other stuff in as well, like amenities and so forth. This is really good, so it'll take a little while to create. You can do layers for vegetation gathering. You might find lots of different points you might want to collect. Right, it's just doing a bit of work, and next thing we need to do is go to data, and then we hit the fields button over here, and we've got amenities and we've got beach profile and lagoon. We're going to stick with amenities, and we're just going to add. This time what we're going to do is we're going to add the fields for our layer, and we're going to call this asset type. You can't have any spaces between it, so and we're going to go type amenity, and we're going to make it an integer. So hit the drop down box, integer, and we're going to add a new field. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down. You see we've got photos, we've got an attachment, editor, creator, and type of amenity. And then we're going to create a list. And we're just going to create a list of different items we might see at the site. So we might go water. And we're going to give it a stored value. Now I'm going to go add. I'll type in barbecue because we might see one of those. Then I'm going to go add. You might do car park as a polygon. You might do any number of different things. You might do types of trees, native and introduced, or you might go trees, shrubs, grasses, and you can map those as well. So lots of different things you can do here. I'm going to give that a stored value of 3. I'm going to add rubbish bins. And we'll give that a stored value of 4. So I'm happy with that. I'm just going to go save. I'm going to go to do the beach profile now. This one I'm just going to add. And I'm going to go field name beach profile. You wouldn't have to do this, but I just want to do a starting point and finishing point. Add new. And I'm just going to add, oh, sorry. Then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go beach profile, create list, value, starting point. I'm going to give that a value of 0. Add. You don't probably finishing point. Stored value of 1. Now you can do take a photo of this, and with that, because it does have that on it as well, that's good. Then you've also got the lagoon, which is a polygon, which we're going to walk around and collect the data. So that's it for that part of it. And what we're going to do now is move on and have a look at the overview. Now down here you've got to check a couple of things. So I would click on the layers point for each of the layers that you create, make sure the attachment's enabled, and that allows your students or you to take photos, and same with beach profile, it's enabled. I would just check that to make sure. Now what we're going to do is open in Map Viewer, and what that will do is populate, and should take us to, yeah, beautiful, takes us to Point Lookout. We can change our base map there, and when we collect data we could take a profile here, and a profile here, which will look very different, but we can create those lines. If I go to content, you can see now we've got amenities, beach profile, lagoon. I can tidy that up, I can rename them, and I'm just going to go amenities. Okay, and down here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go type of amenity, and you can see that it's going to create my list there, and that's really nice. I can change my list, my beach profile. Let's do align, options, symbol. Might want to do something bright. We could do a hash line, and lagoon. So that's ready to go. The next step would be to save as, and I would save my map as North Stradbroke Field Work Collection, and I tag that, so Cylinder Beach. Now you can do this for anywhere. Save map. Now the last step to do is to make sure it gets to your collector on your phone. That's a little bit of a step, so I'll walk you through that. We're going to go home, we're going to go content. Now our layer should be sitting there ready for use. It should be the top layer, so there it is there. I misspelled the field, but we'll work with that. Now to share it and make sure it gets to your phone or your iPad, what you do is hit that. You could go everyone. I would go organisation with mine and go Wavell High School, okay, and save. And that will allow you to access it on your phone or your iPad. You have, so update, and it's ready to go. So that's it from me tonight. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.